What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we've got another cool G.I. Joe offering for you today. For all our G.I. Joe fans and subscribers, we didn't forget about you. We are back with our G.I. Joe video of the day and review. Today, all the way from 2003, we bring you the G.I. Joe World War II Liberators collection, Pacific Marine. This was a cool figure that I purchased back in 2003 from Toys R Us. And when I was making my G.I. Joe run, searching for G.I. Joes, the good old days, I should say. And I came across this particular G.I. Joe, and I wasn't really tracking this particular G.I. Joe. I knew about him, but I wasn't tracking him. I mean, there were like maybe 15 or 20 other G.I. Joes that was really on my radar, and I knew about this guy, but I saw him and said, you know what? Love at first sight. I have to get this G.I. Joe. He was that cool, and to see the pictures in the G.I. Joe Collectors magazine of this particular G.I. Joe, and to see him, in a toy store, on a toy store shelf, is entirely two different things. Let's bring this guy down. It was love at first sight, and I immediately purchased this G.I. Joe. And he's been in our museum collection ever since. So was that a good 15 years. As you can see, still factory sealed. A beautiful, beautiful box. And that was the cool thing about these G.I. Joe boxes. Hasbro did a great job at really designing these boxes. The artwork, everything about this box is just beautiful. And this particular G.I. Joe came with a ton of equipment. He's got his pistols and pouches up there, more equipment, more accessories, and this big, beautiful weapon in his hands. There's his dog tag, and another really cool head sculpt. You see right behind him, he's got his canteen and this row of bullets. You name it. Guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to the M.I.B. Master Museum. Please like and subscribe. This is what we do. We're hanging out in our museum today, and we're just hanging out with our G.I. Joe World War II Liberators collection, Pacific Marine. Here's the iconic U.S. Marine logo there. His belt. He's got his holster on. Can't see it right over there. I love the helmets with the cloth coverings over them. Beautifully done. And once again, this is 2003 G.I. Joe at its absolute finest moment. This was just a fantastic year for G.I. Joe. Just a beautiful year for G.I. Joe. Everything was made to scale. The weapons, accessories, outfits, uniform, you name it. Everything was beautifully done. And this pistol has a clip. That clip comes out of the pistol. All of the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed with these figure lines from 2003 with G.I. Joe. They definitely were trying to keep pace with the other 12-inch figure lines companies out there that were really, really upping their game and scaling these equipments and, uniforms to their 12-inch figures. And it was very realistic and very wonderfully made. So it was taking a little shine away from Hasbro, and Hasbro needed to get back in the game, and boy, did they get back in the game. They put out some fantastic figures in 2003, and you're looking at one right now, the Pacific Marine with his beautiful outfit, camouflage outfit. Just was one of those figures that he didn't get a lot of fanfare. You can still find this guy. He wasn't considered one of the rare ones, but he was one of the very well made ones. Very well made, very thought out with the design team from Hasbro on this particular figure. And they really did their research. See, he's got the gung-ho grip hands. You see, he's strapped in there too. Just beautifully done. Here's the World War II Liberators sticker, foil sticker, and we'll show you some more. And we did some reviews on some other Liberator figures, but we'll show you some more because there's some on his box, and he had a poster included inside. So Hasbro thought of everything for 2003. They finally gave the collectors those elusive posters that we always wanted and wished for and hoped, that we could have, because the artwork was so beautiful and well done with these figures on these boxes. And once again, guys, this is why I can't bring myself to open these guys. Everything about this box is just absolutely gorgeous. When we go up top, you'll see he's got, I'll bring it down to you a little bit, mission equipment on both sides. You can pause your video if you want to check that out further. But just gorgeous, beautifully done. And just a quick reference note, you see the flag, United States flag back there. These boxes, before 9/11, the 9/11 attacks happened, the boxes were made, styled differently, but in paying homage and respect and honor for the 9/11 attacks, Hasbro changed their boxes and put these flags, designed these flags for the inside of the inserts of the boxes, and some on the outside. But you'll always see some for the 2002, 2001, 2002, 2003, I believe around 2004. That's right along the end of the production of G.I. Joe. You saw these flags, and that had a lot to do with it. Just super cool. Guys, what do you think of our Pacific Marine G.I. Joe? Do you have this guy? Are you looking for this guy? Like I said, I will always tell you to check Coswell Collectibles first. If you're going to pay $50 or $60, I would say that's about fair. Anything more than $50 or $60 for this figure is probably too much. And here's our World War II Liberators collection. We haven't did one on General MacArthur. We have all these guys in our collection. Here's the very rare and hard to find Normandy Pathfinder, and we did a review on him. Devil's Brigade, we just did a review on him. Here's our Pacific Marine, and we're just doing one right now on him. And here's our World War II Willys M.I.B. Jeep vehicle, and we have this guy. You can check our vehicles, G.I. Joe collection vehicles playlist out, and you'll see all of our beautiful beautiful vehicles that we have in our collection. And this World War II Willys M.B Jeep vehicle is just awesome. It's just simply superb. Beautifully done. And very, very expensive now and hard to get. Look at the back of this box. Beautifully made. There's so much effort was put into the design of these boxes and the artwork. And here's your backstory on the Pacific Marine. It gave you a lot of information and insight. Look for the G.I. Joe Liberators collection. Yeah, we sure did. We found all these guys. And we have more videos of these guys coming for you. Here's the Jeep logo. It's a licensed product. So Hasbro had a lot of licensing and a lot of permission. There's a Daimler Chrysler Corporation there. Let's get you a year. 2003. Just a fantastic figure. Fantastic. And we didn't want our G.I. Joe fans to think we have forgotten about them. Like I said, we have tons and tons and tons of beautiful 12-inch G.I. Joes here at our M.I.B. Master Museum. So we're just trying to keep everybody happy. Get you some more close-ups. The collectors like the close-ups. Just a absolute beautiful, beautiful figure. Very well done. You know, guys, I can stay in my museum for hours, in my museum collection for hours, and just pour over all of these beautiful figures. I could literally, I do at times lose myself down here in my museum. And I think any collector can attest to that, you know, that's why we do it. We don't do it for any monetary value or what our collections might be worth or anything like that. We do it for what I'm doing right now, really sitting here and taking it all in and simply enjoying a beautiful figure that has been long since out of production for well over a decade. And, you know, the thing is, we'll never see these figures again. So that's it makes you really appreciate, you know, these beautiful figures. So with that being said, guys, you know the routine, but I'll say it anyway. God bless. And keep collecting.